Do you like bananas? I do. Rich in potassium, easy to peel, and best of all, they're cheap. About $3 or $4 for a whole bunch at the grocery store. That's like 40 cents a pop. But do you know what the price tag becomes if you take this yellow lump of potassium and slap a strip of silver duct tape across it? $120,000. Is that not insane? I already hear someone saying like it is a satire of capitalism, the aesthetic of shut up, it's nothing but fruit taped to a wall. It's just $120,000 food waste that's gonna attract fruit flies in a week. What was the buyer thinking? More importantly, if the banana rots, do they call customer service and complain? Like, excuse me, my masterpiece is browning. We're living in the weirdest era in human history. In the old days, to paint a picture, you had to study anatomy and understand light refraction. What about now? You just go to a public restroom, rip a urinal off the wall, flip it upside down, and title it Fountain. Boom! You're a genius! And that's modern arts. Just hearing the name gives you a headache, right? You go to a museum and everyone is standing there with their arms crossed, nodding solemnly like, I can feel the honest agony. But honestly, there's only one thought in their heads. I wanna go home. You don't? Stop lying, your fit just hurts. People obsess over artistic spirits, yet they click their tongues at a t-shirt with luxury logo, calling it a waste of money. Isn't that funny? But actually, you watching this video might be exactly that kind of person. So, regardless of who you are, by the end of this video, you will become one of two things. A brave soul who can walk into a gallery and confidently say, "This is bullshit!" Or someone running to an auction house with pizza bucks. Let's get started. I'll be honest, I wanted to be an artist once. It looks cool, right? You don't have to work. You can slip in. And dressing like a weirdo is forgiven with a single phrase. I'm an artist. So, I went to art school. The director looked at my drawing and said, "You have absolutely zero understanding of human proportions." I replied, "But this style is deconstructivism." Okay, fine, I admit it. I have no talent. But while studying modern art history, I realized something. Having no talent isn't a sin. The real sin was a lack of audacity. Once, I went on a date to the Museum of Modern Art with a girl who was an art major. I was trying to score some points. There was a canvas sitting right in the middle of the exhibition hall. It was just red, nothing else, just red. Not even like a spilled paint bucket, just, red. She looked back and forth between the painting and my face and asked, "What do you think this means?" I cranked my brain to full power. I summoned every piece of citation-needed knowledge I'd seen on Reddit. This represents the inner passion of humanity and the unavoidable. Just then, a docent walked by with a microphone and said, "Red." Okay, I'm kidding, he didn't actually say that. But what docent actually said was worse. Untitled. It had no title. If you weren't gonna name it, why did you paint it? If you went to a restaurant and the menu just said 1 and 2, what the hell would you order? That date was a disaster. She heard me muttering,
I could do that.
She looked at me like I was an uncultured barbarian with zero artistic sensibility. But it's unfair. Seriously unfair. I'm not the only one who says that. So, I prepared something. It's time to test your artistic eye. Look at this. Let's play a little game. Here are two masterpieces. Focus. The question is simple. Which of this is a work by a real modern art master worth tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars? The other is a fake. It's the left one. Look at those dynamic brushstrokes. Is it the second coming of Basquiat? No, it's definitely the right one. That contrasts of pure color. It's the pinnacle of minimalism. I'll give it time. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, who picked the left? Who picked the left? Congratulations. You just assigned a value of hundreds of thousands of dollars to my iPad doodle. I scribbled it last night while drunk. The title is I love. Well, what does it mean anyway? Who knows? Anyway, wrong answer. How about the right? Raise your hand if you picked the right. Oh, okay. Your eyes are quite pure. That is the snowman's head my nephew drew in kindergarten. He said he was too lazy to throw the body. Thanks for supporting his childhood innocence. So, that leaves one thing. The middle. Ha! Hey, are you kidding me? There's nothing there. It's just a floor. Correct. There's nothing there. But that is the right answer anyway. That is a sculpture by an Italian artist. The title is Lo Sono. Winning bid? About $18,000. The artist said, this sculpture is energy condensed in a vacuum space. And do you know what he gave the buyer? A certificate. A piece of paper saying, I certify that there's an invisible sculpture here. Now this is the current address of modern art. What you see doesn't matter. What matters is the spirit, the gallery that packages that spirit nicely, and the the collector who buys it. Do you get it now? Why I put down the brush? You don't need a brush, you just need a silver tongue. Let's approach this philosophically. What is the definition of art that allows this to happen?
If the art world recognizes it as art, then it is art.
What does it mean? I don't know, but simply put, it's like a Gen Z meme. If a bunch of kids get together and agree hey, isn't this funny? 6, 7! Tung 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 tung. It becomes a meme. And actually, someone did make literal shit into art. Not metaphorically, literally. Piero Manzoni. In 1961, this guy canned 30 grams of his own and he slapped a label on it. Art is shit. He priced it exactly the same as 30 grams of gold at the time. He sold shit for the price of gold. Do you know how much one of those cans is worth now? In 2016, one sold for over $300,000. The price of shit has far exceeded the price of gold. Furthermore, we can't even check if there's actual poop inside. Opening it would destroy the artwork. But suddenly I'm curious, if you opened it and there was no poop inside, would that be fraud? Hey, I definitely paid for shit. Manzoni was definitely giggling while he took that dump. Anyone who buys this is a total moron. But ironically, even that mockery became an expensive product. At this point, modern art isn't about appreciation. It's the realm of belief. It's a religion. So let's go back to the beginning. Catalan taping a banana to a wall, Manzoni canning his Garau selling an invisible sculpture. Are these people con artists or actually geniuses? I think they're both, and at the same time, they're showing us an uncomfortable yet compelling truth. We're buying value, just value itself. Even if the luxury shirt you wear is made of cheap fabric, made in China, and the result of labor law violations, people don't stop recognizing it, right? You say modern art is trash? You're right, it is trash. But at the same time, it's a mirror. A mirror reflecting our vanity, our need to show off, and the shallow anxiety that makes us think if others say it's good, I have to like it too. When we stand in front of those works and ask, what is this? The artists might be standing behind us. This is exactly what your life looks like, buddy. And don't be frustrated if you don't understand it. The moment you look at modern art and say out loud, what the f is this? You have understood that piece perfectly. That is exactly the message the artist intended, or, well, stumbled upon.